Hello folks, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Right, at long last, Tim's back on the trout patterns. You'll be glad to hear. So, buzzer season started. We just started getting the first few fish here in Chigborough, and I know the reservoirs won't be far behind on the buzzers. So I'd like to share with you a little nice little buzzer pattern that I use quite a lot. Especially good on clear waters, sunny days. It's called the Vicar. Okay, very simple, straightforward pattern to tie with a lovely little hotspot here just behind the back of the thorax. So let's get cracking with it. It doesn't take long to tie this. So hook and the vise for this one is a Talon claw. This is the TC120. Nice strong barbless hook, this one. It's a size 12. Thread for this, it's just a UTC black 70 or anything similar. You know, you could use a little egg tail or something like that, whatever you wanted. So we're just going to get that started up here at the top and just get the thread on there. As always folks, if you enjoy these videos, please click like and click subscribe. I do appreciate your support. It does support the channel and enable me to do a lot of these fishing videos. Any comments, pop them down in the comments box. Any suggestions, pop them down in the comments box. I always like to hear your feedback, and I do try to reply to as many of them as I can. Okay, so we want to rib this this buzzer. We give it a little rib, and this is just a black Flexi. Okay, this is the flatter type, and I'm going to catch that in here again just behind the thorax because I want to create an even profile. So I stretch that out as I follow it down with the thread, and I'm going to bring that down to all the way around the bend of the hook. Just keep following that back round, just stretching it. And then I'm going to come back up again and bring this back up to this sort of head area up here. Doesn't take a lot of time this, but a lot of the good patterns don't. You know, buzzers, keep them simple. They're not a complicated animal when you see them in the water. So keep your flies simple. So I'm just going to start coming up here and ribbing this. Loose turns, I'm not putting any pressure on this because I want to create this ribbing effect, you see. And I'm just going to bring this around and up 3/4 of the way up the body. That's going to do me there. I'm going to meet it with a thread. I'm just going to tie that in, just catch that in there, a few turns, gradually tightening down just to trap that in. If you let go of this too soon, sometimes it all pings back and you lose that nice ribbon effect that you had in there. So make sure this is well trapped down before you start to take your hand off it like that, and then you can just bring that up and finish that off just up here. Lovely. Slipping in that vise a little bit to tighten that up. Okay, so that's the body part done. Very simple, very straightforward. Now the collar is just a silver Mylar, silver tinsel, whatever you got to hand. I've got this thin silver tinsel, and this is just leftover Christmas decorations. You get some great stuff around Christmas time. So all I'm going to do is catch it in behind the head and just bring that down. Just turn my phone off. Just bring that down to where you finish that ribbing. Okay, so it's just where you finish that ribbing. Bring the thread back up to the head, and then you're going to create this collar. Okay, this little hotspot. Now, of course, you don't just have to use silver. You can use gold. Is very effective for this. The traffic light. Red, of course, all sorts of different colours, but this is what gives it this name, this sort of silver collar, the Vicar. And that's big enough. That's all you need. You don't need a massive hotspot on this, just enough, and just enough to say why this is so for me. It's one of those flies I'll pick out in particularly shallow water, shallow clear water when the forecast is bright, because it catches that bit of sunshine and that little bit of glint as this fly moves down. You often get the takes with this on the drop. You pop it out and you're letting the flies settle. They'll just get grabbed on the drop because of that little bit of flash there. So I'm just going to create a thorax now. Just build that head up a bit. Holding that still because the vise is slipping for some reason. That's it, just build that thorax up, nice little let's do this easy. Let's tighten this back up. That's better. Should have done that in the first place, me being lazy. Right, let's get this. There we go. And we build this thorax up. And then we're just going to simply you'll give it a couple of coats of varnish as per 2 or 3 coats. I do like about 3 coats on most of my buzzers. 3 coats seems to be about right. Just this old-fashioned Sally Hansons, hard as nails. It's about the best one for buzzers, I think. And then we'll bring that up, trim that off. You can see how simple that is. The reason for using varnish as opposed to UV, with the UV it tends to set and you lose this ribbing effect. Okay, so by using varnish, this should actually get soaked in nicely, and even with 2 or 3 coats of varnish on it, you'll still have that lovely segmented effect, which is the whole idea of using that that Flexi floss. If you weren't too bothered about the segmentation, you just tie it with thread. But you can see how that suddenly brightens that up as that dries. That keeps that lovely segmentation, and there you have the Vicar. A very, very effective buzzer fly. One I would recommend you tie a few and have in your boxes. It's going to be a good early season fly. This will work all the way through to the back end of May, June time. Especially good on our big reservoirs, Rutland and Graffham, Pittsford, which have been very, very clear early season this last few years. And I don't see any reason why they won't be this year. 2 or 3 of these, 3 of these, happy fish 3 of these, even 4 of these when they're really on them. Tip line on a floater, pop them out, let them flutter down, and then fish them in a normal buzzer technique. You can actually twiddle these. I know a lot of the Scottish boys like to move these, like to twiddle them. Again, this little, I think it's just this little trigger point, this little glint here that works so well. But yeah, tie a few up, have a few in your box, and yeah, let me know how you get on with them. Again, thanks very much for watching the videos and supporting the channel, and I shall be back pretty soon with some more fishing videos and some more time videos. All the best. Bye bye.